Hi.
Hello. I got
What's
cut
your
off last
name?
night. Rebecca,
Rebecca from where?
New Hampshire. I was on last night and it cut off. So
So
happened.
this is Rebecca in New Hampshire. How old are you?
I'm 34.
34. You have any kids?
I have two kids.
Two kids. How old are your kids?
My son is 15 and my daughter is 6.
Same dad?
No.
Two different dads. Why you not with the 2-year-old dad, the 6-year-old dad?
Um, so when I was in my 20s, I was like hardcore wild and he's in Florida and I'm up here. So it wasn't really that serious.
The
And
six
but
year old?
hmm
So you say you're in your 20s. Oh, you're 34 now. Okay, got you.
yeah.
All right, what do you do for a living, Rebecca?
So I am a clinical instructor for autistic kids, and then I work at Alta.
Okay, I think I do remember you now.
Yeah.
Okay, and you work at Alta.
hmm
When's your birthday?
July 23rd, so I'm a Leo.
A Leo. This Rebecca, New Hampshire, 34, two kids, a clinical instructor,
Yes.
and works at Alta, and is a Leo. Okay, what kind of man you looking for?
So I am open to men and women. I like both. So I'm open to both. I haven't like really had a relationship with a woman. I've had more flings, but I'm definitely open to both.
Have you always dated women?
I've always hooked up with women, but I haven't had like a relationship. I mean, since I've been 18, I've always like hooked up with women for sure.
So, but you never been in a relationship with a woman.
It's more like flings, I would say. Like it's never, I mean, so in New Hampshire, like when I was in Florida, it was like the closest thing to what I would call a relationship with a woman, but in New Hampshire, they don't really be about that life. Pretty fucking boring. So
Okay, so now are you looking for a fling right now or a relationship?
I'm looking for a relationship, but not like a serious, like nothing that like I work a lot. My daughter is my number one priority, so I do get a lot of vacation time, so I am looking for someone, but not like super serious.
Okay, so let's get to it. What type of human being are you looking for? This is Rebecca. She's into men and women. So
So for
listen
like,
up, both genders. Wait, so both genders, listen up because she's here for both of you guys.
yes.
Okay, so
So
what kind of? Okay,
women, I definitely like more focus on the face. Like, I don't really care so much about the body with a woman. Like, it's just more like the face and like where they're at mentally, because women can be crazy. Let's face it. So I definitely love a gorgeous face though, and they
oh,
can't be skinny. I can't do no skinny, and I do not like white girls, even though I'm white. I
okay. So Rebecca, you are of the Caucasian persuasion,
I
correct?
know I am, but I'm not attracted. I'm not attracted to white men either, but I'm not attracted to white women either. I don't. Like it doesn't, it won't do it for me.
So are both of your kids' fathers African American?
No, my daughter is mixed with Bohemian, so she's definitely like on the darker side. My son is Scottish and Irish, so he's like white as hell.
Okay, so you have dated white men then.
By living circumstances. I mean, if you come to New Hampshire, Kendra, I'm telling you, there is no black folks. There's no Spanish folks. There's just boring ass white folks.
So okay, so and you don't want to date any of the boring ass white folks in New Hampshire.
I can't even like look at like they're not cute to me. Like I don't like them. I haven't liked them since I knew like when I was like younger, like in high school, when I was like, oh my God, everyone's hideous. Like I was like, this is not for me. So
Okay, so if you just tuned in, we started off. Rebecca's starting to show off, honey. We ain't waste no time
no.
tonight to get into it. This is Rebecca in New Hampshire, 34, mom of two, a clinical instructor, works at Alta 2, into men and women. She is Caucasian, but she does not want to date anybody Caucasian. So her deal breaker is her ethnicity.
All
Do you
right.
have any other deal breakers besides being white?
I don't like I've been through a lot of shit in my life, so I don't like lazy or like that whole victim mentality, men or women. Like I don't like that. Like if like you just gotta push through. Like we all know life is hard and but like I can't deal with lazy people. Like in this pandemic, like anyone can work. So like when you're like, oh, I don't have a job, I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay. Now do they gotta be? Oh, so you don't want them to be in New Hampshire. I kind of got that much, right?
No, like you don't actually no, do not be in New Hampshire. Don't be in like Vermont, like any like Canada, maybe Canada because there's some, you know. But like don't be in New Hampshire because I don't like New Hampshire. I'm only
Okay.
here for stability for my daughter, but I'm willing to like travel if it was like to hang out with someone or I do not think anyone in this state is attractive.
Okay. So what's the age range you want to do?
Probably like 28 to 43. Nothing like
28
too
to
high,
43.
nothing too low.
So since you said you're into a fling, can the person date other people while they're dating you? Are you fine with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fine because my priorities are my daughter. She's my number one priority. So I'm not so focused on like marriage or the end result. Like I am focused on making sure she's okay. I mean, she's really like dark for a mixed baby. So being in New Hampshire, like I know it's hard and I just want to make sure she has the life she deserves. So like I'm not even thinking of marriage till she's like 16 and she's 6 now. So like I open to whatever they're open to. I just want to be able to have fun, but like be with someone at the same time.
So was your last relationship her dad?
Yes, it was. Since I've had her, I've just been focused on her. Um, my
Okay.
family is not exactly the most accepting. Like there's a lot of racism up north and it's even harder when it's your family. So it's literally just me and her.
Aw, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you're not so keen on Caucasian people
I
because
mean, white men are like, first of all, like they take up too much sunscreen, and I'm not about that life. But they're just, I don't know, they don't do it for me. Like they don't. But it's not like, oh, I'm like because of that. I mean, I just there's a lot of ignorance up north. You know, there's no black people or Spanish or anybody besides white people, so they don't really. I'm not gonna say they don't know because they should know. But they almost don't. Like my mom would say things when I was pregnant with her, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like we really asking what color her dad is? Like that's really a question. Like it's not a crayon. So I mean, I put them in their place, but I've noticed with having one white kid and a black child, I definitely noticed the difference. People will come on me on Facebook. You know, a lot of white men are mean up here because they'll be like, "Oh, I liked you till I saw that you have a black kid," and I'm like, "Okay, like when was that a bad thing?" So I mean, there's a lot of racism that I feel like we deal with, and I try to just take care of her because she has more to deal with than I did when I was younger.
got you. Oh, wow. You know, I appreciate you being so open and honest with us. And I also appreciate you crusading for your daughter as you should. And all those
I
white
mean,
men,
it's just when I had her, so when I was pregnant with her, it was back in 2014, and I think it was the Michael Brown case, and I didn't know if she was a boy or a girl then. And I remember watching the rioting and being like, oh my God, like, it's literally like, this is a whole different world that I'm not used to being white. And having her, it's opened up my eyes. I mean, I'm literally so protective of her. I'm protective of who's around her. I'm protective of what I say around her. I mean, I just want her confidence to grow. And it's funny because we went to Puerto Rico this summer and I get super dark, like for a white chick, I do. And she was like, 'cause she used to have a very hard time with how dark she was. And she was like, "Oh, Mama, you trying to get so tan to look like me?" And I'm like, I like that confidence because she was so hard on herself. She's literally the only black child within like a 50-mile radius. So she was so hard on herself. And I'm like, yes, girl, I want to look like you.
I love it. Well, you keep being a wonderful mom to your
Thank you.
daughter and all those people around you that show them racism. Tell them that your black friends on Singles on Instagram Live will
I
beat
mean,
their ass.
if you met my daughter, she puts them. I mean, she literally has said some things. I'm like, oh my God, that's. I try like to parent her, but not laugh because she says some savage, and I'm like, girl, like she told some boy that her mama was gonna beat him up because he was making fun of her, and I'm like, you said like he's 6, I can't beat him up. But I was like,
Right.
ooh, you savage.
So let me jump in real quick. Okay, so you know this is a dating show, so let me go back to that. So you said your last relationship was her dad. When was the last time you was intimate with a man or a woman?
Probably like a year ago.
A year
probably.
ago. Okay. All right. So now do you have a preference, man or woman?
It's kind of either or. Like, I mean, I like men for different reasons. I like women for different reasons. It's more kind of like who I meet, I guess.
Okay. All right, so let's do it then. This is Rebecca in New Hampshire. She does not want you in New Hampshire. She's 34, a mom of two. Do you want more kids?
I'm still undecided on that. It's not like a deal breaker for me. Like, I'm kind of like maybe, maybe not. I don't really
Oh,
know.
can the guy have kids?
Yeah, that's
The
fine.
guy can have kids. You said between 28 and 40?
43.
43. Okay. Does not want anybody Caucasian. Does not want anybody skinny. Women, you have to be beautiful. Face is what turns her on. She doesn't care
Yeah.
too much about your body. And she is a Leo. She's a clinical instructor and works at Alta. All right, baby girl, give them your Instagram name.
So it's Riley Rose 150.
Okay.
And then my Facebook is Rebecca Monroe,
No,
Monroe.
that's your Instagram name too, Rebecca underscore Monroe.
No, this is so my other Instagram is the one I use. This one I don't use as much.
Then what's your Facebook one more time?
Rebecca Monroe.
Rebecca Monroe. Okay. All right. Let's again. She's in New Hampshire, 34, two kids, a clinical instructor. She's age between 28 to 43. Is a Leo, men and women. She is gender friendly for both. And let's see what it does. Happy Halloween and thank you for calling in.
Have a good night.
All right. Bye, baby.